I would like to call onto the virtual stage another guest, Jaison Wilson, who is kind enough to be on our stage in the first place and to evaluate an icebreaker, a 4 to 6 minute speech by our founder of the club, Vicky, who will deliver certainly an ice-breaking speech to us. Would you mind introducing her to us, Jaison?
Yes, today I'm going to be evaluating Victoria's speech. With her icebreaker, I'm going to be looking over her introduction to see the credibility of her presentation. Also, the need that she's expressing through that presentation, as well as how everything came together with her overall conclusion. It's going to be a fun time. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
The introduction is that words have power. And Vicky has been a Toastmaster since 2002, yet she is constantly learning the power of words and how them deliver. Today, she is going to tell us how the delivery of words is as important as the message they are intended to bring to the listener.
Thank you so much. This morning, I would like you to consider past advice you've been given. What sticks? Was it in a harsh tone? Has anyone ever said to you, "You will never amount to anything"? We don't forget those moments. And when they are said to us with maybe intent or someone's upset, those words stick. And a kind tone also makes a difference. Who among us has had a teacher who has corrected us and told us how to be better, but their tone made their words live long in us and made us better? And have you ever been around a toddler who stood up for the first time? If you watched people cheer and get excited for that little baby, you'd think they were at a football match at FIFA rooting for their favorite country. I'd like to submit to you that what you say is as important as how you say it. Now, does that mean if you've given feedback in the past and it's been considered harsh, you should stop? Absolutely not. We have to learn to give good feedback. And it's not just for Toastmasters, it's everywhere in our life. That's why MoE was formed. And as we transition in this world to a much tougher place, we need to give feedback that makes a difference for people. We need to give feedback that helps them become better and yet tells them the truth. To be better, to change, we need to do it in a safe environment. And a safe environment is a healthy environment. So think about how you give feedback. I know, as someone who is quite direct, I am still learning this important lesson. And I'd like to give you 3 ways to improve your feedback that I hope are memorable for you: attitude, gratitude, and latitude. The reason these are important is because if we offend, we cannot offer assistance. When someone says something to me that offends me, I kind of stop listening. It's a self-defense mechanism. I won't necessarily say anything, but I really want to learn from people. And I have learned so much at Toastmasters because people have had the courage to tell me what I need to improve. And we all do. Now, these 3 characteristics can help you give feedback. And let me explain them. The first is attitude. Where are you coming from when you give that feedback? We all come into this meeting from different parts of the world, different parts of the day. We've had different experiences. Yet when we come into a Toastmasters meeting, can we have this attitude that we're here to help? If you've heard someone speak many times, as many of us have, we have to remove some prejudgments and watch our emotions as we're listening, because that person is depending on us and is quite vulnerable and would like our feedback. And with that attitude comes the gratitude. Keep a thankful heart that you have the chance to grow, learn, and contribute to another's greatness. Doris Day, a very old actress in the United States who passed away a couple of years ago, said, "Gratitude is riches. Complaint is poverty." Let me say that again. Gratitude is riches. Complaint is poverty. How can we bring the attitude of gratitude to our evaluations? And finally, latitude. There is latitude and longitude. We all know that. But longitude and latitude talk about distance. And we need to give our speaker space to feel free to do their best, but make some changes. Jaison is my evaluator today. I am depending on him to tell me what I can do better, which has nothing to do with doing anything wrong. We know that MoE is different because we are here to give that space to people. Whether you're a guest or a regular member, we want to do that. And you have chosen to be here, and we have chosen to receive your feedback. So be respectful, helpful, and offer sincere praise and feedback that elevates the speaker and tells them what they can do better. We are all in transition, and none of us are perfect. We are here to fall and get back up. Practice makes permanent, so never give up. And if you can develop your attitude of gratitude and give others latitude, you will have a profound effect on another human being. You will be the reason Masters of Evaluation exists, and Masters of Evaluation will be richer for your presence. Mr. Toastmaster.
Well, hello there. I was looking for Victoria. Have you seen her? Well, I just wanted to let you know that somebody was ordering to have the power of words delivered, and I just wanted to let you know she delivered. How did she do that? Well, she started off her presentation wanting to ask this one question with the power of words. And the one thing is, yes, all of us have felt that, can we ever amount to anything? Now, only someone who has truly understood that will present those words to us because they know how powerful they are. And it was a great way to introduce us to the power of her words that she was going to use throughout the entire speech. Now, how did she follow that up? Well, she had the ability to come up with 3 words that were just as powerful because of how much she cares about speakers becoming better speakers. That was the one thing obvious. You are not only a master in your ability to speak, but in greater, a master in your ability to care about the speakers in getting better for themselves. And the way that you did that is you showed us the idea of attitude. Yes, these are things that we always need to be aware of when we're trying to help people become better. And on top of that, having a gratitude. All these elements, these words were powerful in how you presented them to us and trying to impact our lives because these words have also impacted your life as well. And then lastly, latitude. Throughout your presentation, you wanted to make sure that we were constantly aware of how words make the biggest difference because they're the only things that we hear when somebody's giving us feedback. But the greatest thing about what you did is that you created a group that specifically talked about what makes speakers great. So then, with all these great, powerful words, what is the one thing that I felt could even enhance your ability as such a person of great speaking ability? And it's the one thing that because when we can become so polished as a professional speaker, sometimes when we say these words, we always need to add just a little bit more to them so they have meaning. So just to say attitude, gratitude, and latitude, you might say, 2, gratitude, latitude. Try to say things in a different way so that we can feel them. Because if we can feel the words behind what you're saying, it'll attach themselves to us. And sometimes some of the things that you said have the sameness in their overall feeling, which made it feel like we were selling us an idea rather than trying to connect to us. So, like I said, you delivered. But the greatest thing that you delivered to us Where's your heart? Because that is obvious that that's a part of what it is. Back to you.